So we are on Nick the Hat. So in 2019, I was sentenced to a term of 2 to 4 years for actions taken during my journalism career in Delaware County, where I employed tactics that, in hindsight, were unconventional and crossed legal boundaries. This period marked a pivotal time in my life and career. From a young age, I was immersed in the world of entertainment and media, starting when I befriended my best friend Phil, whose father played a key role in founding Live Nation. These early connections exposed me to high pressure and influential environments, shaping my aspirations and career trajectory. While on fully paid administrative leave, with the assurance that my employer, American Media Inc., would cover my legal fees, I resigned from my position on September 18th, 2020. This decision followed the discovery that my direct supervisor had used information I gathered for news purposes to falsely accuse an individual of being the source behind the story of Jeffrey Preston Bezos' scandalous affair, which surfaced in January 2019. And then he includes that letter. Before I was sentenced, I assisted Department of Justice and let's sit this down, Federal Bureau of Investigation in securing critical evidence in the case of United States of America versus Gregory Stefan Jr. And okay, so my efforts contributed to gathering essential material for the investigation. A true and correct copy of the email from Nancy Rue, Assistant United States Attorney for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania, is attached. On September 25th, 2024, the FBI arrested Gregory Stefan Jr. and formally charged him with crimes related to the massive fraud. That was just recently.
Wow, it was.
Okay, so I don't know any of this.
So that was after he started with the Sebastian case.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and reread this. All right, so okay, so 3 years prior, a true and correct copy of the charging document for Stefan, dated on or about September 24th, 2024, is attached and incorporated for reference herein. On November 24th, 2019, I entered the courtroom knowing that my career as I had known it was over. I was sentenced to SCI Camp Hill, a maximum security prison, where I spent several months for classification before being transferred to SCI Cole Township, another high security facility. I was the only inmate in the Department of Corrections with a crime as unusual as mine, centered around fake news. Eventually, I was sent to Kiana Boot Camp, a low security facility without gates, which became a profound chapter in my life. It was there that I learned resilience and rediscovered my purpose, overshadowing even the most glamorous experiences I had had in the entertainment industry. The experience was transformative, teaching me the value of hard work, discipline, and a renewed sense of empathy and purpose. It was during this time I embraced the idea that life's unpredictable moments and choices shape who we are, rather than the inevitability of failure or despair. Upon leaving the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections, I emerged with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. However, the defendants in this case have exploited my past to ensure that my reputation precedes me in the worst way possible. They have fueled a narrative designed to isolate me and prevent my meaningful involvement in significant cases, such as the case for a missing child who deserves every chance to be found. I have faced sanctions, been silenced by threats of imprisonment, and subjected to 2 restrictive orders imposed by the Pennsylvania Department of Probation and Parole. These orders were likely based on misinformation and the malicious influence of those propagating this rhetoric. A true and correct copy featuring a thumbnail of one such live stream dedicated to calling my parole office, which garnered approximately 2,300 views and aired on September 11th by Jams TV, which is Dolly Vision, I think, is attached as Exhibit 4 and incorporated by reference herein. In September 2024, I used a boxing glove emoji followed by a skunk emoji, and Granny's watching immediately claimed that I had threatened to beat her up, while concealing my actual comment, which stated, "Threatened you with a lawsuit." A true and correct copy of this evidence is attached here too. Though I do not intend to contest these orders, I hope this litigation will expose the individuals responsible for spreading false claims and orchestrating the ongoing harassment. The rhetoric propagated by these individuals has caused real harm. Extending beyond social media smears and legal filings, it has created substantial barriers that prevent me from contributing to the search for a missing child who deserves justice. The defendant's efforts to discredit me only hinder justice for the family involved. Those responsible for spreading harmful misinformation, obstructing my involvement, and jeopardizing this investigation must be held accountable. I am not asking for special treatment or sympathy. I am asking for the opportunity to help bring closure to a family in need, for the truth to be heard, and for justice to prevail. Your Honor, it is no secret that my reputation has suffered within this courthouse. I accept responsibility for my past actions, but I cannot allow these defendants to use that as a weapon to prevent me from assisting and bringing closure to a father who spent nearly a year enduring the uncertainty of his child's fate. The child in question deserves to be found, and the family has a right to seek help from whomever they choose without prejudice. The individuals responsible for spreading misinformation and obstructing the investigation must be held accountable. To make matters worse, this type of attack is not new. We have been working closely with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement concerning an individual not yet named in this litigation. Okay. Although we are withholding this person's identity for now, we anticipate criminal charges will follow soon based on our ongoing communications with law enforcement. I wonder who that is. Anyway, the coordinated malicious attempts to derail justice have become a recurring issue, and now this individual under investigation for criminal acts has become entangled in the ongoing case, necessitating a rapid response from at night. However, I am currently prohibited from assisting law enforcement agencies without obtaining written express permission through a board action with the Pennsylvania Board of Probation and Parole. As a result, I'm unable to assist law enforcement in their investigation at this time, pending an official request to be submitted to the parole board. And then Nik The Hat signs that.
Go back
Did
up to
it?
that one and read it again, because I'm
The
like, what?
Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I just missed some of this before, or kind of maybe I was kind of speed reading.
To make matters worse, this type of attack is not new. We have been working closely with the Florida Department of Law Enforcement concerning an individual not yet named in this litigation. Although we are withholding this person's identity for now, we anticipate criminal charges will follow soon based on the ongoing communication with law enforcement.
And they kind of say it like has become entangled in this ongoing case. Like maybe they weren't. Maybe I don't know who this is.
I don't know. That one I didn't remember reading that one either when I read through those. That's interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people in Florida. Could be a lot of
Yeah,
people.
there's
May not be a YouTuber even.
yeah, true. It doesn't say
Because
that.
it almost sounds like they're saying became entangled. Like they weren't
There's
part of whatever this is, and
right,
then
right.
became entangled.